Being unemployed for a whole year taught me 3 different things as a creative, and I am going to share them with you today. Okay, the first one is you can't put a deadline to discover who you are as an artist. I think that was the first mistake I made after quitting my job, is I gave myself a year to figure out who I am, which at first, saying it out loud, it makes sense, you know, when you give yourself a certain time to discover what you want to do in life. That's fine. That's fine. Like, for example, taking a gap year, doing different jobs, figure out what you like, what you don't like. But I think I took it to the extent where I had to know who I was, you know, which, you know, it's kind of stupid because I think every day we're always constantly growing and changing and figuring out, discovering who we are as a person. I think that never stops till the day we die. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, don't pressure yourself to have an end date by figuring out who you want to be exactly, because that's always going to change. The second is, don't say yes to everything. There will be times where you start picking up more projects and you literally cannot say yes to all of them, and you have to prioritize which one is right for you, which is why in my previous video I highlight things to consider before saying yes and committing to all the projects. We talked about things like considering what you get out of it, does it align with your value, and whether or not you feel like you want to do it or you're just doing it out of guilt. So I think considering those things is very important before committing yourself to every single project, because we really don't have to work so hard as much as people like to put out on the internet. It's not about hustle culture. It's really not. It's about understanding what it is you want to do, which direction to take, and doing it a smart way rather than working hard and stressing 24/7. Yes, you do have to work hard. Yes, it is a bit of luck, but also strategy is a part of that too. You don't want to burn yourself out. The third thing that I wrote down here is actually to spend time with friends and family, okay? Don't just work yourself to sleep, because you need to learn to enjoy life too. I think for a while I took film and like music and everything, I took all these creative projects too seriously that they were no longer enjoyable. I just stopped enjoying them because I was so focused on making it all a job, that's something I needed to monetize. You know, it became my whole entire identity, and I think that's a very damaging way of looking at it. So it's important to go out, have a walk in nature, spend time with your friends and family, talk about random things, like not just your career, not just, you know, there's so many different parts of who you are. Don't make your creative thing your entire identity. You're more than that, okay? I think everyone's more than that. They're more than being defined by what your job is, what your role is, what your career is. I think that's very, very important, because you can easily get lost in life when you start to blur the lines between those two things. But yeah, those are the 3 things to consider, and I hope you enjoy. See you soon.